Good evening, friends. Good evening, humans. Did you ever consider who's the most popular scientist of these modern times? The ones who get the most prestigious awards, or the ones who invented the most terrible weapons? How to kill as many people with less trouble? The second ones, of course. They pretend, seeing all these Nobel nominees and people who are doing heart transplants, brain transplants, and all the other kind of almost useless technology that has been invented, only to put your attention away from a real dark scientists who are ruling this planet. So, title for today: True God of Science. God in quotes. Who or what is it? So, is it maybe knowledge? Is it their achievements? Is it the prosperity they bring to other human beings? Or is it just prosperity for themselves? Is it the humanity? Here I refer to adjective, not a noun. Is this a lost moral compass? So God as a lost moral compass? Probably. To many cases. And is this their pretentious stand they're better than anybody else who are non-scientists? Is it maybe their humility of giving all what they can to help humanity live better? Of course, it's sarcastic because we have a very rare number of these beings. Well, we don't have them anymore, at least not in public, because 93.7 scientific workforce, they kind of call themselves scientists, are working for military industry complex. They're working for biohazard, logical science of discovering all kind of different diseases, weapons, genetic mutations that they will propagate, mostly profits. They will not propagate a well-being of humans. So, how many of the real scientists do you know? How many of these so-called graduates from Harvard, from all these so-called well-known colleges and universities are truly a humanitarians who went there to become extended hand of God for humanity to live better? Basically, none. If they are involved with military, with space, military achievements, with, doesn't matter, new technology, military achievements, what people receive, like the average person down the road, what you see as a Google, that you're using it as a free search engine, it's nothing else but the dark AI, the parasites who want to control every single one of us. Yet many of us decided we don't want. And we are talking more and more about these so-called scientists, medical doctors, and all the ones who are inventing machines to destroy humanity. Anyone involved in transgenetic manipulation, anyone involved with transgender surgical manipulation, who's their God? They some asking for power, some asking to be, environmentally conscious, yet personally very unconscious beings. Who's the God for the CERN dudes? The ones who are chasing around the protons and neutrons and whatever they are pretending they are doing in Italy, France, and Switzerland. Who's their God? Besides what they're putting out on the front as a Shiva, the beast with 6 or 8 hands, to me looks like an octopus, so maybe their God is an octopus. Who's the God of biological terrorists who work with the pharmaceutical industry or within pharmaceutical industry, who run these pharmaceuticals to subjugate as many people as possible, to kill as many people, testing different techniques. This year we'll invent HIV, AIDS. Next block of time we'll try to find something that is actually more dangerous than AIDS. Maybe bird flu, maybe pig flu, maybe a human flu that only kills humans. So these creatures have far to go to realize what they are doing. Yet we still cherish them. We're still finding they are our saviors. They will save us with inventing a new technology how to kill as many people as possible. Who is the God in quotes, who is the God of Nobel Dynamite Corporation, the one who's giving the awards for science, for peace, for all other crap that people think that we should put them on a pedestal. They are something of the importance. Yet these creatures inventing dynamite or producing dynamite plus many other atomic weaponry, and they're pretending on the surface they're giving rewards for a scientific achievement. I mean, are you just kidding me? And nobody is questioning this. Nobody. Show me one of these articles that are really openly stating what CERN is doing, what Nobel Prize, whatever committee is doing, what pharmaceuticals are doing. They pretend they are giving you medications to extend your lifespan, yet before that they don't tell you that they're actually finding ways that with this so-called medications that will help you against something else, they will actually shorten your span much more. So you'll be better off without them actually on the planet at all. Who's the God of a legal society? And all these lawmakers, who's their God? Check their books, check their statutes. You'll be quite surprised. They even call it by the name. Who's the God of Scientology sect? The one very famous because some of the famous freaks are going there. Who's their God? Besides money, besides fame, besides control. Who's the God that Einstein bowed to? He didn't bow to anybody. He was the God of this fake realm of so-called relativity. That for them everything, or for him everything is relative. Relative to what? Relative to your own stupidity. Who's the God of Einstein's and Schopenhauer's, the parents of atomic weapons? These atomic weapons we really enjoy because it was so humane that even when you want to use it for electricity or production of the electricity by just boiling a huge amounts of the water to making a steam through atomic energy. I mean, are you just mad? And endangering the rest of the population on the planet. And they call themselves scientists, of course. Where and how we are going to start recognizing a true heroes of a new scientific approach of true life, where humanity is the only God for everyone who reach in scientific field. Humanity as noun, as adjunctive, as pronoun. This is the only thing we have to take care of. Humanity. Within themselves, around themselves, and the humanity as a whole. So whoever of you guys, scientists, non-scientists, technicians, whoever you think that you are better than the rest of the population, are you doing anything that is benefiting humanity? Or are you doing everything to kill as many people as early as possible? Or to subjugate as many people as fast as possible? To spy on many people as immediately as you can? So why buy a new phone? To get spied better? And you'd be so amazed how flat screens works everywhere, like it can drop in the water. Yeah, they can spy while you're diving or whatever. Why nobody is questioning these kind of morality behind these actions? Why these creatures wanna invent always something destructive? Because simply they wanna be in control. Yet God gave a free will to every single one of us. So you cannot control God. You can control some of the so-called dummies, yet these dummies are waking up. These dummies becomes a true activists. And don't get me wrong, I'm not insulting anybody calling them dummies, because I'm dummy. I'm dummy who fully awake. Trump is a dummy who knows what he's doing. He's exposing all this so-called scientific fake approach to life, when there is no God but whatever they choose that could be. Money, power, fame, don't know. Just urge to kill as many people as possible. And how come the Spanish flu or bubonic flu that showed up in 1918 killed, I think, 75 million people in a matter of a week? Is it act of God, mistake of nature, or it's a purposeful discovery of some of these dark aliens who implemented this, trying to test it, how easily they can do this? Yet they did not stop. 100 years later, 2017, we have more scientists working on the Spanish flu killing machine than on how to resolve a food for the rest of the population, or how to get electricity from thin air. Why nobody of these freaks are bringing Nikola Tesla in the picture? Patents, everything is disclosed, given to humanity for free, yet these so-called fake scientists, who have no God, but their own ego, their own importance, their own controlling nature of everybody else, did everything to diminish people who try to give themselves to humanity with their knowledge, with their true universal knowledge that it really comes from God, true prime creator. Yet they've been subjugated, they've been killed, they've been eradicated, they've been removed from the history. Why nobody of you talking about Nikola Tesla's projects? Yes, they call electrical car Tesla, yet this is just like a superficial approach. I want to see these cars running on nothing, because there is a tool who can give this kind of freedom. And it costs nothing. A little block like this size can be plugged on any single item that we now so-called using electricity on, or using electricity to power anything. We don't need atomic bombs in the forms of the nuclear stations, nuclear plants. I mean, just America has 153 of them active. Are you just mad? It's like 150 nuclear bombs are waiting to be initiated. And how much waste, nuclear waste, they are producing. And they call themselves scientists. So, my answer to this very rude question to these freaks of nature, scientists: who's the true God of the science dudes? What it is, who it is their freaking ego who doesn't have limitations, who doesn't recognize anything but their own prosperity. Everybody else is worthless. So how you negotiate with these freaks? Do you delete them? Do you eradicate them from the planet? Once soon, in a very near future, you'll have a chance. Will be many of us like I am, like the nieces. Will be many of us who will poke you to your true life. The meaning of God will come to your attention very, very soon. Not through the church, not through Scientology sects, not through Quran or Bible. No. Through your own inner knowledge of true Prime Creator, who is within you no matter what you choose. Yet you can choose to go through Prime Creator towards enlightenment, or you can decide to get fried by all these atomic bombs that were placed on this planet. So enjoy if you have anybody in the family from scientific field, any kind of scientific field, doctors, any kind of professional lawyers, liars, mathematician, physicians, biology, any kind of this crap. Ask them the question, who's their God?